Hi, my name is Jan and welcome to Hoop It Up with Jan. This is my channel about cross stitch. Today is October the 26th and it's Flosstube number 3. It's hard to imagine that it's already number 3. When I first did my first one, I thought to myself, I'll probably do one and I'll be a one and done, but I'm having a lot of fun and getting to chat with a lot of people, and that makes it really fun to share my love of cross stitch with everyone. And people seem to be enjoying it, so as long as it's fun for me and fun for everyone else, I'm gonna try to keep going. So last video was 2 weeks ago, and I had mentioned that I was going to have a little minor surgery on my arm in the shoulder area, and that went off without a hitch. There was just a little screw in there that was trying to work its way out. It was interfering with the movement in my shoulder and catching, I don't know if it's a nerve or a tendon or whatever that goes right across here. It would catch on that, and I would reach out and it would just catch and bite, and it bit hard. So we got that out of there. I'm healing up from that, and still have a lot of strength I need to gain back in my arm, but I think now, I'm hoping now that I can move it, I'll be able to get that worked out pretty well. And then another thing, I'm going back and forth. I got a little swingy chair. Another thing that happened since the last time that we visited is my mom. She did turn 90. I had a little surprise party here for her at the house. She thought she was going to get to go out to eat and have a steak, and I had to tell her I was lying to her. But she was so surprised, and it was so much fun, and she had so many tears of joy, and it just filled up everyone's heart to celebrate her and her 90th birthday. So I really appreciated everyone that came out and participated in that and made it special for her. I'll show a few little snapshots at the end, family group pictures, so that y'all can see my mom. I know everyone has so many nice things to say about her painting that I'm cross stitching. I didn't get any stitches in on that this week, but I plan on getting some in next week. Anyway, I wanted to go, let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to share with y'all some previous finishes that I thought here I'd share a few each video as long as they last, and then when they don't last, I'll find something else to share with you. But for now, I'm going to share, hold on, I want to share one thing real quick. I have this basket over here. It's got some of my previous shares in it, or previous finishes. Anyway, I didn't have a dough bowl, and I had, a couple of years ago, I found this basket at Dollar General. Like I said in my previous floss tube, if you don't shop just Dollar General, you should check it out, because they got some really cute things for very little money. I think I paid maybe $8 for this basket, and I wouldn't look at that and say cheap basket. So anyway, check them out. I like to have it here with my little vignette. This is a gift from a friend, a very special friend of mine, Desi Rexroad. she made these. We had a, I think you've heard me talk about the Friends retreat we had in Arizona in 2002. And she made those for all the girls. And then my friend Bettina is in Germany, and she came to the United States and we got to meet her in person, and she brought us Please Enter Your Pin. I thought that was so cute, and so I have that in here as well. And I got these little wooden clothespins. I got that idea from Jeanette, and Country Cottage Crafts, I think, is their Flosstube channel. I will, it's her and her daughter Heather. I will link them below in the description. But I thought that was cute to wrap trim and stuff on. I think she does maybe her DMC or something on these, but our fancy floss. But they're just little wooden clothespins. I thought it was a cute idea, so I just placed that in there. And then this is a scissor, what would you call that? Just a little wooden thing that you put on your table to place your scissors and stuff at your stitchy spot. But I liked it in here, so. And then I had gotten this a while back. It's just a cover for a journal, but I thought it looked pretty in this basket. And the rest are some previous finishes I'm going to share with you. And today I wanted to start with this one, Pray for Peace. I thought it was appropriate with everything that's going on in the world right now, overseas and in the USA with some recent mass shootings. I pray for the families and anyone affected by that. Just have to pray that we can straighten some things out in this world. But anyway, this is about cross stitch. So this is a previous finish that I did. It's called Pray for Peace by Birds of a Feather. And I was watching the Flosstube, the Fanciful Flamingo, and she showed these cross-stitch project trackers that you can print on, you can buy them on Etsy and download. It's a download, and to write all the information about your project. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. So, and then she keeps them in the project protectors, and then when she's done, she can put them in a binder. And then she has, you know, she's always maintaining her cross stitch journal like that. And I thought I was gonna steal that idea from her. And she takes a picture of the finished product and prints it with her. I think y'all probably seen these from other Flosstubers. They're called sprockets. There's other brands, but you can print pictures from your phone straight to these little printers, and the printer paper that comes out of them is like a sticker, so you can peel the back off and just stick it to your paper. So I thought that was a great idea. So thank you, Fanciful Flamingo. I will link her in the description box. So, Pray for Peace by Birds of a Feather. I stitched this back in 20 2021, 2022, I can't remember. I backed it with just some wool, and I did the little where you cut it and then put a thing here so you can stuff it. I stuffed it with walnut shells, and I mixed in some lavender so it smells really, really good. And I love to pick this one up and squish it and smell it. But I used, I will, if you're interested in the colors I used on the flosses, you can comment or send me a message on Instagram. Also, my email address is always in the description box if you have any questions. So pray for peace. The next one is, this is called the Lace Maker's Cottage. And it is by, this one is a freebie. It is by Stone Street Stitchworks. They had it on white fabric with red floss, and I reversed that. You can get there. They have a lot of freebies. I'm going to share some other freebies that I saw on Stone Street Stitchworks.blogspot.com, and I'll put a link to that in the description box. But I stitched this on 28 count ruby red linen with Classic Color Works Magnolia Blossom. And it was just fun. It, probably took about a day to stitch that. And just something fun to stitch up and make it into a little pillow. The back is Lady Dot Creates Velveteen in mushroom color. Then this one is from Hands Across the Sea. It is called, I didn't put these in very good order, did I? It is called Emily Ann Foster 1892. Now, I didn't stitch it all. There is the picture of what it looks like. I've passed this chart along already, so I don't have it to show. But I didn't do all the bottom stuff. I just did the alphabet. And I stitched it on, okay, so when I was in Arizona at the attic, if you ever go there, Jean will more than likely try to talk you into trying 56 count. And so, I'm a sucker for trying new things. So I gave it a try. And so this is on 56 count Cafe au lait. Using Swasserfine number 2109 and 2664. And then this frame is from the Dollar Tree. And this is what the Swasserfine comes on these spools, and it is like almost hair thin. It's very, very fine thread. And Jean recommended stitching with a number 10 or a number 12 tapestry beading needle. And so while I was there, I got a bunch of those, and now I have all these little bitty beading needles and don't know. I mean, look at that. They are so... That's the number 12. And so they're nice. They're a beading needle, but they have the blunt point like a tapestry needle. And then the number 10s. So I had gotten those while I was there a few years ago. But that's the, if you're ever wondering what kind of needle you stitch on for 56 count, that would be it. So that is Emily Ann Foster, My Hands Across the Sea, modified by me. So that's those. And then I have, let's see, I think I have one more. No, two more. I'm always trying to lie to you guys. So I have this one by Bent Creek. It's called Fa La La. I stitched it on 16 count Aida. I don't know the color of the Aida. But if you had to guess where I got this little thing and these, if you guessed Dollar General, you'd be right. But yes, Fa La La. By Bent Creek. Okay. Let me get all of these. That. And then the last but not least on the previous finishes. Back in 2021 for Needlework Expo, all the designers came together and did some free charts for the Moo the Merrier. And this one is by Lindy Stitches. Here's what the pattern looks like. And I thought she was so cute. And I stitched her on a 30 count linen in hot pink. And then I did some little gingham and the buttons there. And I backed it with some little cow print. And some Lady Dots pom-poms. I don't remember the color of those. And then I put some fancy little pins that I'm pretty sure my friend Desi gave me those. I think she's cute. She sits over on a tier tray I have over on the other table. So, and I named her Daisy. I thought she looked like a daisy. So that's by Lindy Stitches, and you can go to her lindystitches.com and her free patterns, and you can still get that pattern there. Okay. So those are my previous finishes, and I did a couple of have two finishes. No, one fully finish. Two finishes. One is cross stitched and one is not. So we'll do the fully finished first. This is Scared Silly by Birds of a Feather. I stitched this on 40 count Havana by Weeks Dye Works. I think he's just adorable. I did do a couple of fabric modifications, but I will try to put that information in the description box. And then I backed it with the fabric that I had in my stash. I've had that forever. And then I bought this is trimmed with a hand-ripped silk ribbon that I ruched. I bought it on Etsy at Hey, It's So Pretty on Etsy. I'll link that store. But I really liked how that came out. Scared Silly. I finished that one back, I think in 2021, and I finally just now fully finished it. Now I have just the finish. The other day I was just in the mood for something cute and simple. So I went to finally a Farm Girls Etsy shop, and I got Matilda Mouse. Her designs are so cute. And I stitched this on a piece of 46 count linen from Hobby Lobby, the Artiste brand. The color is Oat Bristol. And it turned out so cute. It's like 2 by 2. 2 inches by 2 inches. And I think I used a combination. I thought she was worthy of some silks I had in my stash, so I used mostly Be Stitch Me silks and a couple of Vicky Claytons and one Soie d'Agé. But that Matilda, she is something else. She's all dressed up in her, I don't know if she's sitting behind that tomato or if that tomato is like a dress, but she's ready to sew. She's adorable. Well, that's Matilda Mouse by, here's all the flosses that I used. Wound up not using that red one, I don't think. But yeah, the Be Stitch Me silks are very, very nice. I was in her monthly silk club for a while and built up a little bit of stash, so that was fun. And then the last video I showed y'all a charm pack that I had bought, hoping to finish, put a border around a piece that I stitched. It's embroidered, so it's not cross stitch, but I stitched that, I'm guessing about 15 years ago. And I took a class at my local needle workshop. It was called Ginger's. It's not open anymore, but it was put on by Mosey and Me. And I think this was made just for the class, but her hair, I just love her hair. And you couch down that shiny purple stuff, and the teeth are triangle buttons on the jack-o'-lanterns, and she's wearing a little necklace with a little bone on it, and it's just so cute. And you learn to make cording for the broomstick. And then couched it down with that kind of spaced out satin stitch down there at the bottom. And it was just a lot of fun. I'm gonna make a little wall hanging for that, with that. So those are my previous finishes, my fully finishes, and my finishes. So now we will get into, oh, I wanted to show y'all something. While I was into my bag making, I would make handbags and all kinds of stuff like that. I was watching tutorials from a YouTube channel called So Sweetness. And I had remembered I had watched a tutorial on making pillows, but to avoid getting the pointy corners like that. Now, some people like the pointy corners, and I think they're cute, but if you wanted to avoid that, I'm gonna put a link to that YouTube tutorial so you can see the difference. It's on taper. You taper the corners, and you can see the difference in the corners that you get. So if you like this more squared look versus, she called it pointy outy look on your pillow, when you're sewing it, you taper the corners and you mark it. Kind of hard to explain without showing you, and she's already got a tutorial out there, and so she should get the credit for that. So I'm going to direct you to her tutorial. But I really like that she has templates you can download on how to measure the taper. Now the templates are a little too big for a pillow this size, so I just kind of winged how much to taper it. But I really like how those corners came out on this pillow. So I wanted to share that with y'all. So I wanted to show y'all what I've been working on this week. I got the Horses in the Surf out by Stitching Jewels Designs. She's on Etsy, and she also has her own website. Sorry, thought I had that turned down. Okay. She has her own website, and I will put that information in the description box. I got in 1,508 stitches on that one. Mostly worked up putting that diagonal together because I wanted to try that to see if it helps me stay more organized and know where I'm at. But that is on a 25 count Easy Grid Lugana. And it's Stitching Jewels Designs. She also has a floss tube, so I'll put I'll link her floss tube below as well. I'm stitching this with a sulky 12 weight black. I bought the big spool. So that's where I got on that. That is Horses in the Surf by Stitching Jewels Designs. And then I got out Santa's truck stocking. I'm not making this for Oliver. He's gonna have to make his own stocking. I'm making it for my husband. And all I have to do yet is the back stitching down here on these presents. And I will be finished with the stitching. I absolutely love this stocking. It was so much fun to stitch. I love the way it looks. And I can't wait to get it fully finished. And I'm hoping to have that done by this Christmas. I watched So Tattered. Katie with So Tattered. She did a tutorial on how to use the Chenille It to use around the edges on finishes, and I thought that might be a cute way to finish this stocking, to have some little fuzzy edges around. So I've been thinking about maybe finishing it that way. I'll put her link to her Flosstube in case you haven't seen her. I think pretty much everyone has, but she does a lot of cute stuff and a lot of cute ideas on finishing and whatnot. So this one is Olga's Autumn Stocking. This one is the one I started right before my last floss tube on a whim. I do that a lot. I just can't help myself. Just want to see something finished, or just want to start something, you know. So I got a lot done. I got excuse me, I got that can't be right. I'm not even going to say that. Got a lot of stitches down on that one. It is so cute. I just love it. There you go. Did a little freestyle on Olga there. She's one row too short. I said, nope, she's just going to be a little squatty. I need to take an inventory and see if I'm using the called fors or what substitutions I've made. But I think I've made some substitutions because I just pulled from stash. I'm stitching this on 40 count linen. Elixir is the name of the color, and it's by XG Designs. This, I bet, took me 2 days to stitch that pumpkin. So that's the heel of the stocking. So it's going to come around like that. And then there's another pumpkin or something right here. But I really had a hard time putting this down so that I could get some stitches into something else, so I could show y'all something besides just one project. But the WIPs are short and sweet today. That is all my WIPs that I've worked on since, excuse me, the last floss tube. Okay, what do I want to talk about next? I have a couple of floss tubes I want to talk about. The first one is Emma Shepherd. She's a new, she just put out her first one, and she's already been successful at enabling me. She's got a lot of really pretty fancy ladies, and she got one real pretty black work, but not done in black. It's done in a bunch of colors, and it's just really pretty. But she was stitching this piece, and so I had to go out and buy this book, because y'all know, I think in my first video I mentioned that I loved stitching Native American stuff, and this book by Chenille It has some beautiful pieces in it. But the first thing I want to stitch out of it is that maiden. So yeah, go check out Emma Shepherd. That's her Flosstube name, and I will link it. And then there was one, her name is Mary Rose. She's been around for a long, long time. But her Flosstube name is Stitch Bliss Corner. And there's two floss tubes I wanted to, I went back and watched just to refresh my memory on them. But it's Flosstube 1 and then Flosstube number 7 of hers. She talks about couching versus backstitch. And I think it's very interesting because you can get really, really nice, smooth outline using the couching, how she shows you how to do that. And I know I struggle with some backstitching and getting, you know, it looks all jagged, and, you know, where you don't necessarily go with the block stitching. You cut over sometimes, but it still just doesn't connect quite right. And so with the couching, you just have a long thread, and you manage the direction in which it goes in, and then you tack it periodically, and it just really makes a really nice, smooth outline. And so I thought I would mention her, and she's very, she's got some really nice pieces and very knowledgeable, and shares her knowledge. And so I thought you might be interested in that. And then Marlene with Stitching by the Lake. I've watched her for a long time. She's not a new one, but I just love her. She is from Arkansas, and she lives with her husband by the lake, and she's just easy to watch, easy to listen to, and I've got to meet her a couple of times in Tulsa at a couple of retreats, and she's just a real sweet lady, and so I wanted to shout her out in case y'all hadn't heard of her. But those are my floss tubers I wanted to mention this time. And then I wanted to show you a few freebies that I came across when I was looking up the information for the this one. to share with you. I found a couple more real pretty freebies on that site. And there's Mary Dawson's house. I thought that was really pretty. And the Quaker postcard. This one is 174 wide by 91 high. On 40 count, it would come out to be 9 inches by 4.5. 36 count, it would be 10 by 5. And on 32 count, it'd be 11 by 6. And on 28 count, it'd be 12.5 by 6.5. So, there's more on that site of freebies that are really, really pretty. And then she had a picture of this one. That is the front. And this is the back. She didn't have it charted, but she mentions that she just hadn't had time to chart it, but she has some pictures that show the, you know, the box, the stitches where you can see, and says, you know, feel free to chart it for yourself and stitch it. So it really does show you, you know, you can just make up your own color. So I thought that would be a real pretty one to have. So I printed that out. So those are the freebies I wanted to share. And then thought I'd share the stuff I bought. So I bought this from Amazon. This is a rod. You hold stuff up where you can see it. A rod that is adjustable, and then it has these what do you call those, well, finials that you put on the end, and then it has a wire that you can put on it to hang. And I thought I'd put that witch on it when I get her done, to hang it, and then I can, since it's adjustable, I can change out things if I decide to do seasonal things and change out things. So I got that on Amazon. And that's that. I bought this on Amazon. It was on sale. I think it was like $12 or something like that. It's the Morning Lake by Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. That's another one I wouldn't mind, another cabin I wouldn't mind being at with my stitchy friends, stitching in. I love being at the water. I don't necessarily like to swim, but there's just something about being at the shore of a lake or the ocean or even at a creek and just being close to the water. Is just something about it. And this is one of the ones that's already sorted for you, so that'll be nice. And then Brianna Lentz had to go and enable me. She was showing on her Flosstube, I've mentioned her before, about how she organizes her meal hill kits, and I pretty much organize mine the same way she does, but I have to pull out my DMCs so that I can compare the colors. And she pulled out her chart and was her DMC chart. So I bit the bullet and bought one of those on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And the other day I was like, why has that not got here yet? That should have been here by now. So I went to check on my order. Well, it was still in the cart. I hadn't checked out yet. So I checked out and I got it in the next few days. So it's kind of funny how you have to actually check out before they ship it to you. And then last but certainly not least, I bought The Dwelling Place by Teresa Kogut. Absolutely love it. I'm sure I will pull out either a 28 count linen by Needle and Flax that I have in my stash and do 1/1, or I'll pull out a 40 count of hers and to stitch this on. And then a while back I had bought some flosses from XG Designs, and so I'm going to try to find a way to incorporate these. She custom did some patriotic flosses, and so I thought I would try to incorporate these on that piece somehow. I just love this one. Look at this. Look at that. So beautiful. That little bit of gray coming in. And then this one's a little darker. It's got a darker gray coming through. And this, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but the blue gets almost black right there. And this is pretty. And I saw that, I looked on XG Designs and she still has these on her Etsy shop, so. Comes in a pack. Let's see. No, I'm just showing y'all the ones that have some good variegation. But look at this red. Ah. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the stuff I bought since the last floss tube, and I think that's all I have, but let me check my notes because the last time I thought I was done and I realized I had forgot something. So I just put it in on this one. It was the freebies I wanted to show y'all. Yep, I think that's about all. So, I just want to say thank y'all for watching, and enjoy visiting with y'all in the comments. And like I said, you can email me if you have questions. I love to chat about stitching, so heck, I like to chat about TV. I like to chat about anything. I don't have any qualms about chatting about stuff. So yeah, just send me a message if you get lonely and want to chat. So I will sign off. I'll leave y'all with some pictures at the end, and guess I will see y'all in a couple more weeks. And as always, just stitch what you want to stitch and stitch what you love. Y'all take care.